admission started, UG and PG courses. BCom Computer Application, BCom Finance and Taxation, Marketing, Office Management and Secretarial Practice, BSc Electronics and Psychology, BCA, BBA, BA English and Literature, PG courses, MCom Finance and Taxation, Marketing and International Business, Management and Information Technology, MSc Electronics and Computer Science, MSW, MA Economics and English. Our specialities: eco-friendly campus, qualified faculties, high-tech computer lab, hostel for boys and girls, well-equipped library, transportation facility, girls-friendly and secured campus, playgrounds. For more details, contact MES College Erumely, approved by Government of Kerala and affiliated to the Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam. MES College PO, Erumely, Kottayam. Welcome to MES College Erumely. Accessible and affordable quality education. MES College Erumely is the first grade unaided arts and science college under the Muslim Educational Society and is affiliated to Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam, an ISO 9001-2008 certified institution. 2021-22 admission started, UG and PG courses. BCom Computer Application, BCom Finance and Taxation, Marketing, Office Management and Secretarial Practice, BSc Electronics and Psychology, BCA, BBA, BA English and Literature, PG courses, MCom Finance and Taxation, Marketing and International Business, Management and Information Technology, MSc Electronics and Computer Science, MSW, MA Economics and English. Our specialities: eco-friendly campus, qualified faculties, high-tech computer lab, hostel for boys and girls, well-equipped library, transportation facility, girls-friendly and secured campus, playgrounds. For more details, contact MES College Erumely, approved by Government of Kerala and affiliated to the Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam. MES College PO, Erumely, Kottayam. Welcome to MES College Erumely. Accessible and affordable quality education. MES College Erumely is the first grade unaided arts and science college under the Muslim Educational Society and is affiliated to Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam, an ISO 9001-2008 certified institution. 2021-22 admission started, UG and PG courses. BCom Computer Application, BCom Finance and Taxation, Welcome to MES College Erumely. Accessible and affordable quality education. MES College Erumely is the first grade unaided arts and science college under the Muslim Educational Society and is affiliated to Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam, an ISO 9001-2008 certified institution. 2021-22 admission started, UG and PG courses. BCom Computer Application, BCom Finance and Taxation, Marketing, Office Management and Secretarial Practice, BSc Electronics and Psychology, BCA, BBA, BA English and Literature, PG courses, MCom Finance and Taxation, Marketing and International Business, Management and Information Technology, MSc Electronics and Computer Science, MSW, MA Economics and English. Our specialities: eco-friendly campus, qualified faculties, high-tech computer lab, hostel for boys and girls, well-equipped library, transportation facility, girls-friendly and secured campus, playgrounds. For more details, contact MES College Erumely, approved by Government of Kerala and affiliated to the Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam. MES College PO, Erumely, Kottayam. Welcome to MES College Erumely. Accessible and affordable quality education.
Yes, okay.
So let us start with the session with a prayer song.
ആലം ദയാലുവായി ദാക്ഷിണ്യശാലിയായി വാഴുന്നോരീശ്വരൻ തിരുനാമത്തിൽ നിഖില ലോകങ്ങൾക്കുമേകരക്ഷകനാകും അഖിലേശ്വരനല്ലയോ സകല സ്തുതിയും. അഖിലേശ്വരനല്ലയോ സകല സ്തുതിയും. പരമകാരുണ്യവാൻ കരുണാനിധിയേ, വിധി പറയും ദിവസത്തിനേകാധിപനേ, നിയതമാരാധിപ്പൂ ഞങ്ങളങ്ങയെ മാത്രം സതതം സഹായമായി തീർപ്പതും തിരുമുമ്പിൽ നയിക്കണം ഞങ്ങളെ നേരായ മാർഗത്തിൽ നിന്നനുഗ്രഹപാത്ര അങ്ങയാൽ കോപിക്കപ്പെട്ടോരുടെ വഴിയല്ല, സന്മാർഗഭ്രഷ്ടരുത്തൻ വഴിയിലുമല്ല. ആലം ദയാലുവായി ദാക്ഷിണ്യശാലിയായി വാഴുന്നോരീശ്വരൻ തിരുനാമത്തിൽ നിഖില ലോകങ്ങൾക്കുമേകരക്ഷകനാകും അഖിലേശ്വരനല്ലയോ സകല സ്തുതിയും. ആലം ദയാലുവായി
Good afternoon, all. Myself, Asha Jason, Coordinator, Training, MES College, Erumely. Warm welcome to our UP Computer Vision application using OpenCV. The training wing of MES College, Erumely is functioning with a motto to bring inspiration and innovation to every tech and non-tech aspirants. Our aim is to provide quality and cost-effective training towards our stakeholders. I believe that a training program allows us to strengthen those skills that each person needs to improve. Since we all are from computer science and electronics domain, all of us know the importance of artificial intelligence in today's world. This is our humble venture to share the basic technology that is used behind AI. Now, let me enter into my duty to welcome you all to this training program. Mr. Mahin Emman, Principal, MES College, Erumely. He is indeed an inspiration and guiding light to all of us. He always encourages students and faculties to give their best. A warm welcome to you, sir. Now, I extend my welcome to Mr. Jidesh K.S., Director, Academics, Coordinator, IQAC, for his untiring efforts and dedication for the betterment of our college. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to invite Mrs. Darli A.G., Director, Planning and Development, who is always a motivating personality. We welcome you, madam. Today, we are really fortunate to have such an eminent resource person to preside our session. We appreciate your availability and commitment. Before welcoming you, I would like to introduce our resource person towards the gathering. Currently, Mr. K.M. Abubakar, sir, is working as an associate professor at Amaljodi College of Engineering. He is pursuing his doctoral degree from the University of Karpagam. He had done his MTech in Embedded System and Technology from SRM University, Chennai. His area of interest include artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and OpenCV, real-time embedded systems and IoT, LabVIEW and open source software and hardware design. Mr. Abubakar KM has published 3 academic books which is available globally. India Book of Record winner, December 2020. Maximum number of textbooks published with ISBN number with minimum period during COVID-19 lockdown in India and awarded IBR. He is a reviewer of various UGC approved journals and in the editorial board also. He designed the curriculum for MTech Electronics and Communication Engineering for KTU. He is an invited speaker in various workshops, seminars, and conferences, handled more than 20 funded projects, extension activities, faculty training programs, and many more, and the time constraint not allowing me to complete all his achievements. I welcome you, sir, with utmost respect to handle this 5-day session.
Thank you.
The success and soul of a program is its participants. I cordially welcome all the participants to this training program. I wish all of you get benefited with this 5-day program. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Jidesh KS for the presidential address. Sir.
Thank you, Ashimis. Most respected our principal, Mahini Mensa, our resource person, Professor Abu Bakr sir, our faculty training director, Asha Jason ma'am, our director planning and implementation, Darli madam, and our participants of this program. I'm very happy to address this gathering on this afternoon because today we have an FTP connected to a purely technical aspects. There is a computer vision application using OpenCV. Excitingly, this is a purely a technical subject. Without the technology and the research, we cannot go forward. So our college and IQAC conducted various programs on research and technological basis programs. So we have blessed with an eminent personality. There is none other Professor K.M. Abubakar, sir, Assistant Professor at the Jyoti College of Engineering. We are very happy to with the presence of an eminent resource person here, and also associated with Amajodi College of Engineering. For the next 5 days, definitely the participants will get a variety of knowledge connected to technology and machine learning, such matters. I wish all the success for this program, and also I appreciate all the participants because of your attitude to change, attitude to move with the change of the current scenario. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, I invite our beloved principal, Mr. Mahi Neman, sir, for the inaugural address. Sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, all. I am happy to be present with you in connection with the 5 days online training program on computer vision application using OpenCV. This program is conducted by IQAC and the Directorate of Training of our college. We have already conducted so many FDPs during the period of COVID-19. I feel proud to say that our college is ready to cooperate with the UGC in its efforts to face new challenges in the field of higher education. We are organizing this program for faculty members, research scholars, and PG students. This training program is part of our efforts. I also express my deep gratitude to our resource person, Dr. K.M. Abubakar sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics, Amal Jyoti College of Engineering and Technology, Kanjirapalli, for taking the class, for conducting the workshop. I wish all success for the workshop and congratulate the organizers, Mr. Jidesh, Vice Principal and Coordinator IQAC, and Acha Jason, Director Training, and Darli AG, Director Planning and Development, and Subjan Yusuf, Director IT Cell, and all other team members. Okay, I once again conclude that I inaugurate the program.
Thank you, sir. Next, I invite Mrs. Darli AG, Director, Planning and Development, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. Respected dignitaries present here. On this auspicious occasion, I am here to express my gratitude to each and everyone. Respected Principal Sir, for giving great encouragement. Next, I thank Mr. Jidesh K.S., IQAC Coordinator, for presiding this function. Now I thank Mrs. Asha Jason for coordinating this 5 days faculty development program. Next, I express my sincere thanks to our respected resource person, Mr. K.M. Abubakar sir. Finally, I thank our IT cell coordinator, Sabjan Yusuf sir, and all the participants for attending this program. Also, I wish may the program be a great success. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. So that's the end of our official gathering. Before starting the session, I would like to announce you something that we can access all the sessions through YouTube, since live stream is done from our college. And we provide a feedback form after each session, every session, towards your registered email ID. Kindly fill it before 5 p.m. For the purpose of attendance also. Thank you. I think we can hand over the session towards Abubakar sir. Sir,
Okay, ma'am.
thank you, sir.
Good day, teachers and my dear friends. I'm very happy to be with you for the one-week training program or faculty training program on computer vision applications using OpenCV. I will try to give you the maximum knowledge and in theoretical aspect as well as the hands-on experience for computer vision or image processing application with OpenCV. And if you have any doubts or anything you have to clarify between these lectures, you can just send me the questions in the chat window. I will try to give you the clear clarifications. And I would like to make this training program as an interactive program or interactive sections. Then only it will become a success program. Our plan is to conduct this 5 days program with theoretical aspect as well as the hands-on experience. To give this clear or detailed explanation, I will enter this my program. And before going to this hands-on experience, we have to familiarize what are the different platforms available for the image processing. Then what is the basics of your Python ideally as well as the OpenCV platforms. Right. Our ultimate aim of this training program is to be an expert in image processing application using the computer vision library called as an OpenCV. We know that OpenCV is an open source platforms available for your real-time computer vision applications. It was designed by an Intel corporation in 2011. The main attractive thing of this OpenCV is that it is having a good number of library files or libraries of programming functions available under the digital image processing applications. Before implementing this OpenCV by the Intel, we are familiarized with different programming platforms like your Matrix Laboratory or MATLAB. But we know that the MATLAB is not an open source. It is a proprietary software. We have to, if we want to perform this digital image application using the Matrix Laboratory or MATLAB, we have to purchase it with minimum 2 lakhs or 2.5 lakhs of prices. But OpenCV is designed by Intel. It is available as a library of cross platforms under the open source license called as an Apache 2. Right. The next thing is how we can set up this environment or OpenCV environment in your laptops or in your desktop applications. Actually, there are 4 options are available for online as well as the offline OpenCV setup. The first 3 is it is purely designed for the offline applications. Either you can configure your laptops or personal computers with Windows operating systems and Linux operating system, as well as we have to set up this OpenCV platform by using the Anaconda environment. The second option is how we can perform this OpenCV application using the online platforms. During this program, we are selecting this online platform for the OpenCV training. The reason is that if you want to set up your or configure this operating system with your OpenCV, it is too much a lengthy procedure. So many types of steps is required for configure your laptops or desktop with OpenCV, either in Windows operating systems or Linux operating system. So the first 3 options are we are trying to avoid this time, and I will show you how to configure this configure your systems either in Linux-based operating systems or Windows operating system, either in the last sections of this training program. Right. As we know that the OpenCV, it is having a group of libraries available for Open Computer Vision. But only with the help of this OpenCV, we cannot be able to perform the digital image processing applications like the face recognition or some disease identification like lung cancer or COVID-19 diseases or liver cancer, etc. So we have to apply or add so many types of packages to this OpenCV. Then only it will be configured for particular applications like the medical applications or signal processing applications like lung cancer detection or COVID-19 detection, etc. So, but the last options is, or the fourth options for configuring or working with an OpenCV environment is we can work with OpenCV platform in Google Collaboratory. We know that what is about the Google Collaboratory. Actually, it is a platform provided by the Google research team of Google. They are providing the OpenCV platforms in online mode. It is a predefined platform by using every type of library files and packages required for these image processing applications, then signal processing applications, etc. The only thing is that we should have to access the Google Collaboratory or Google Collab platform by the online method and access a window from this Google Collaboratory and work on with that window, or we can program your applications or Python program or digital image processing or digital signal processing application, etc. on that particular file. So we are choosing the Google Collab or Google Collaboratory as the programming platform for this faculty training program. Right? It is very easy for you. The necessary thing is that your systems will be equipped with an internet facility. Right. Okay, I will show you how to access your Google Collaboratory and the backup for this Python program. Right. This is simple things. This is a procedure. I will show you this procedure. The first step is we should have a minimum a Google or Gmail account is support. So we have to connect your Gmail account to this Google Collaboratory. Then only they will give you the permission to access the Google Collab or Google Collaboratory in the online mode. Right. You can go to this browser and you can search for collab.research.google.com. I think my screen is visible for you. We can go to this collab.research.google.com. It will pop up a window like this. Right. This is the first window pop up for you. You can see that there are 4 containers are there. First one is examples, then reasons, then Google Drive, GitHub, and upload. Right. I think it is. I have to.
Yes, it is visible, sir.
Visible now. Okay. Thank you. Okay. There are 3 options are there. You can either upload your programs by using this button. It is previously, if any programming is already done by you, we can upload to Google Collaboratory by using this upload button. And another one is you can upload your program from your Google Drive. And third option is you can upload your program for GitHub repository. We know that GitHub is a repository is available as a free of cost. We can able to upload your programs as well as the research things into this particular collaboratory and can be visible to these the users from this internet, or it can be configured as a private. Right. Either you can upload your programs on Google Drive or GitHub, or you can directly upload from here the file folder. Okay, these three options are prepared for this later parts. Right. Our ultimate aim is we have to create a notebook. We are calling this window for programming your Python or OpenCV is called as a notebook. It is covered by the Jupyter or Jupyter notebook. Right. For that purpose, you can click on this new notebook. It will pop up the window like this. Yeah. You can see that this is the Jupyter window available from this Google Collaboratory. I can name or rename this file. For example, I am using this as MES FT, whatever it is. Okay. I think so many students are from electronics background, and also a few teachers are also from electronics and IT background. So before entering this OpenCV platforms, I will show you some simple examples of the Python program. Right? Because the Python is the main programming ID or programming platform or ideally for OpenCV platform. So I will show you simple examples of the Python. We know that before going to this Python, we have to discuss some what is the concepts of the Python ideally. And what's the concepts of the Python language? It is not a language, it's a Python ideally. You know that it is a Python. You know that the Python it is a high-level general purpose programming language, and with this special features of it is called as interpreted language. Right? That is the Python it is a high-level interpreted general purpose language. Right? It supports some models and packages which provides some modularity and the reuse concepts of object-oriented programming languages. One of the main feature of or attractive feature of this Python ideally is it is simple and easy to learn the syntaxes. While we're comparing the C++ or Java, the syntax of your Python is very simple and it emphasizes the readability of the user. Right? We will see you what about the syntax structure and what about the readability of your Python program is the C++ and Python languages. So that means, in effect, in industrial applications level, the cost of this program maintenance will be reduced since it is a open source programming and the syntax is very easy for us and the readability of the program will be very much high as compared to some other things. Right? Normally, the Python is called as an IDE. Normally, it is called as an IDL. That is, we know that what about this IDL? That is, IDL stands for integrated development learning environment. We can call that this IDL is it is used to execute a single statements or a group of statements, just like the Python shell or the DOS shells in your Windows operating systems. It also used to create or modify, or we can execute this program as a form of script or Python script. Right. So the ideally is the IDE of a Python language, or IDE means it is integrated development environment. Ideally stands for integrated development learning environment. Right. And this is a window for your programming purpose. For example, if you want to print a string in a C program, the basic procedure is first of all we have to add the header files required for the C++ or C program. Then we can write the program or instruction to print a string. Then we can do the get ch functions, etc. Minimum 2 functions, so void main function, get ch, then statements, as well as the header files is required. Minimum 4 steps is required to print a string in your C or C++ or any other high-level language program. But in Python, we already know that it is a interpreted languages. We can directly use this command print like this. If you want to print a string called as a welcome, that is or a MES codes, right? For that purpose, we can write the instruction like this: print in brackets and double quotes. We can give the string to be displayed. Right. It is only a single instruction is used to display a message or a string. If you want to run this program, you can click on this button and it will execute the program and display the result in the next line of this Jupyter window. Right, it will print the MES college. That is within a single line, I can able to print a string by compared to the higher other high-level programming language like C. It required minimum 2 functions, minimum 1 header files, and 1 or 2 lines of codes is required to print a string. Okay, this is the advantages of your open source or Python, ideally compared to the conventional programming languages available in our markets. Right. Okay, then okay, this is a simple program to display string. Then what about this Google Collaborator? Then we already noticed that this is a simple Google Collab or Jupyter window inside the Google Collaborator or Google Colab for programming your Python or OpenCV platforms. Right. Normally, what about this Google Colab? We already noticed that it is a product of Google research team. They will allow us to write and execute the programs or either the Python program or OpenCV through the online mode or through this browser. And commonly it is used to do most suitable for the machine learning applications, artificial intelligence, then deep learning, data science, etc. As we know that for your simple artificial intelligence or machine learning applications, it requires so many types of packages should be added to your Windows operating systems or the Linux operating system. But without implementing or without adding these types of data packages to your system, we can able to access the Google Laboratory and execute your program either in the levels of machine learning levels or deep learning or artificial intelligence, etc. Right. Then one of the another advantages of using this Google Colab is that it is mainly hosted by the Jupyter Notebook service. That it does not require any setup to configure this platform. It is already pre-configured, and also it provides a free access to the GPU and the TPU units. Then what about this GPU unit, that GPU and TPU? I think we are more familiar with this concept called as GPU. The GPU stands for Graphical Processing Unit, and TPU stands for TensorFlow Processing Unit. Then what's the concept of the CPU, then GPU and TensorFlow Processing Unit? We know that. What about the concept of the CPU or Central Processing Unit? For example, our i7 or i5 or i10 laptop is having its maximum number of cores is limited to 2, or it is called as a dual core or core dual processor. Maximum 2 number of cores are inbuilt into the i7 or i10 processors. Then what about the number of processors used in our mobile phones or Android mobile phones? We know that it is a quad-core processor. It is having 4 number of cores, or cores are inbuilt into a single IC chip, or it is called as a quad-core processor. Maximum 4 number of CPUs are inbuilt into the Android mobile phones. Right. I think most of the faculties and students are familiar with a platform called as a Raspberry Pi. It is a system on chip. It is also equipped with maximum 4 number of cores. But in GPU stands for this Graphical Processing Unit. It is commonly or reserved for the machine learning or artificial intelligence or graphical processing applications. It is a powerful platform with minimum of 128 cores of processors are available in GPU. Right. If you are going to purchase a GPU with a 128 core, it will require minimum of 5 to 8 lakh rupees required for a single GPU or a computer with a 128 core GPU purpose or GPU applications. But by using this Google Collaboratory, the Google researchers are provide the permission to access their GPU with thousands of cores. Right, I will show you how to configure this platform or this Jupyter window with a GPU processor. Because the advantage of using this Google Cloud is we can able to access the GPU with minimum of thousands of core from this Google research team. Then for that purpose, how to configure this Google or this Jupyter window with a GPU support is normally it is working with a single CPU support. Right? But in GPU support for if you want to configure this Jupyter window with graphical processing unit, we can go to this runtime and change the runtime. There is a button is there, that is runtime. Go to the change runtime button. It will pop up this window named as notebook settings. In this case, there is a window called as hardware accelerated. Now, in this case, it is selected with a none. None means it is normal CPU functionality because it is only minimum 2 core processor. If you want to configure this system, you can see that there are two options are there, GPU and TPU. GPU stands for graphical processing unit and TPU stands for TensorFlow processing or tensor processing unit. Okay, you can select the GPU and save. Your window will be, or your this Jupyter window will configure with the support of graphical processing with thousands of cores. It may be the minimum number of cores available for GPUs is 128. It will be increased 128 to 512 cores as well as 382 cores, then 1024 and so on. Right, minimum thousands of cores is available by configuring this GPU access. Okay, so if you are performing with the high-end applications like machine learning or deep learning applications, you can utilize the functionality from the Google Collaboratory. Right. Then I will show you how to read a data from your keyboard as well as to print the result or to print the result after some processing of your data. Okay, within 5 minutes or within 10 minutes, I will try to complete the introductions of Python because few people are from this electronics background and few people are from electrical background. So we have to give some introduction to the Python program. Right. Then the simple program to print a message. Our next aim is I want to read some data from the keyboard and perform the data or perform some operations of the data and try to get the result on the window. For example, I want to read two numbers from the keyboard and perform this addition. Thereafter, we have to output the result in the same window. Right. I will show you the program for how to read a data from the keyboard and I'm trying to just copy paste my program. Yeah, right. Then I'm trying to read or trying to print a message as a is equal to int of input, enter the first number. Normally, this is a shortcut method to read and print the data. For example, first of all, I have to print, enter the first number. For that purpose, you can try to execute like this: print, enter the number. That is the first message to be displayed on the screen. Okay, then I have to read the data from this keyboard and save to a variable called as a. For example, I am trying to read that is a is equal to int of input. That is actually there is a function called as an input function. It is used to read a data from your keyboard and save to the variable called as a. That is, I am using a is equal to int input function. It will read the first data and assign to the variable a. Right. Then second is I have to print this string, enter the second number, and that value should be copied to the variable b. I'm trying to shorten my program in a single line. The above two lines can be coded as like this: b is equal to integer input, enter the second number. That is, the above 2 lines can be shortened into a single instruction. And after executing this third line, the second number to be entered to or saved to be registered. Right. Then I am performing this division operation. Normally, after the division operation, we are having two results. The first one is your equation, and second one is the remainder. Okay, I'm trying to get this a divided by using these two slash lines. That is a divided by b. It will give you what about the quotient, and this a mod b. It will give you the remainder of that operations. Right. Then I am trying to print this result. Print the quotient is, that is whatever the quotient will be stored in the variable called as quotient, and the remainder is in another variable remainder. Then after executing this program, the expected window is that it will pop up a window, enter the first number, we can give the first number. Then it will pop up this another window, enter the second number, we can try to give the second number. The third window, it will give you both the result of quotient and remainder. We can try to modify this program for addition or subtraction or multiplication. You can use the plus, then minus, then star symbol for your addition, subtraction, and the multiplication. Right. I will show you this output. I'm trying to run this program by clicking this button. Yeah, it will give you a pop-up window, that is enter the first number. I'm trying to give you the first number is equal to 5. Right. After entering the first number, the second instructions is executed. That is, we can see that there is a green button to be highlighted in which line is executing in this current time. That is, first time it is executed, that is b is equal to integer, input, enter the second number. My second number is, I am putting the first number is equal to 3. Yeah, we are getting this result, quotient is equal to 1 and remainder is equal to 2. Okay, this is a simple procedure or a simple program to read a data from your keyboard and perform some arithmetic operations. Right. In this case, we have familiarized a function called as an input function. Right. There is an input function. It is an input function available in Python. Ideally, it will read a data from your keyboard and assign it to a variable. Then remaining things are we are more familiar to the program is or familiar to us. Okay, it's a simple program to read and data from your keyboard. Similarly, we can able to perform some the conditional statement like if statement, then while statements, then for, etc., etc. Okay, I will give you another conditional statement. Then we can go for your OpenCV applications. Right. For example, I want to raise what about the for loops. Right. Okay. The syntax of for loop is like this. That is for I.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
may I interrupt you, sir? Will these programs be shared with us?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Just now we can just listen to this. What are the programming concepts and remaining things will be shared with you. I think we can. The coordinates will also share this video with these participants. They can refer this video in later. Right. Okay. Then the syntax of the for loop is for I in range brackets, then upper limit, comma, lower limit, or whatever it is. That is lower limit, comma, then upper limit. Okay. Then, for example, in our C++ programming, the concepts of or the syntax of for loop for I is equal to 0, I less than, account, I plus plus. There are 3 functionalities there: the function or variable assignment, then conditional state or conditional checking, then some increment or decrement operations. By using a Python program, the syntax is for I in range, the upper limit, comma, the lower limit. Right. For example, I will show you a simple program to find the average of n numbers. That is, we have to read n numbers from the user and perform the average of that n numbers. Right. Okay, I'm trying to print this message, enter the number of elements, and these elements can be assigned to a variable limit. Right. So that is the for loop concept is for I in range. That is the I is the variable, and for and in is the commands are used in the Python program. Right. Okay. What do you mean by this case? For I in range 0, limit, it indicates that, for example, my input data is equal to 10. Right. The limit indicates that for I in range 0, 10 indicates that the loop will be executed from 0 to 9. Okay, but in C++ or C programming, there's a conditions I less than 10, or I less than or equal to 10, or I greater than 10, I greater than or equal to 10, some, etc. But in Python, ideally, the range is given from 0 to n minus 1, or 0 to limit minus 1. If the number is equal to, or the limit is given as 10, the total number of limits will be 10 itself, but the count is starting from 0, 1, 2, up to etc. then 9. Okay, that is, I can able to read 10 number of data by using this for loop. Okay, then inside this for loop, I'm trying to read the first number, second number, third number, etc. by using an input function, and each number is served to a variable called as a number. Right, by an iterative method, I'm trying to assign the first n numbers from the user that can be read from the keyboard to a variable called as number. Okay, the next thing is we have to save this number to an array. Normally in our C++ program, the concept is first we have to read n numbers and that can be saved to an array. Right, here how to design or how to define an array is that, this case I am naming this array A is equal to is square bracket. That is a simple array declaration in the Python program. But in, for example, in C++ or C program, we have to declare an array by using the data type integer, then name of this array, then like this. So in square bracket, we have to give what will be the size of an array. This is a simple array declarations in C program or C++ program. But in Python language, I can declare an array by using a simple format. A is equal to a null array, something like that. Okay, and this is a simple array declarations in C or C++, and this is array declarations in Python ideally. Okay, so I'm trying to comment out this region. Yeah. Okay, this is a hash symbol is used to comment out your program. That how we can save this number to an array in Python. In Python, ideally, we can use a special function called as an append function to save the n number of data to the null array. That is, we can use a.append, that is array name dot append of number. It will save the n numbers to an array A. Right. Then after reading this array n number of data by using these for loops, we have to perform this averaging operation. That is, average is equal to sum of A divided by limit n. That is, sum of A, it will give you the sum of n numbers that can be available in this array A. Right now, the size of array is equal to 10. The total sum of 10 numbers will be executed by using a special functions as sum of A divided by limit is the average of that number. Right. Then inside this printf, I am using another function, round functions. We have to round the decimal factors into either 2-digit number or 3-digit or 4-digit. We have to limit this. What about the numbers after the decimal number or floating point number? So I can use use this function, round function of this variable average. Most probably average, for example, our result is 10.12345, etc. We have to limit this as 10.1. We can use average comma 1. That is, decimal point will be rounded up to 1 unit. If you are using this 2, your number will be 10.12 something. That's averaging functions. Right. I will try to execute this program. Yeah, they will give you, they will ask you to what about the total number of elements. I am giving this total number is equal to 4. Enter the first number is equal to 1 and second number is equal to enter the number of elements is, it is now it is 3. First number is equal to there is an error. You can see that, yeah, in this. When I'm giving you the number is equal to the total number of elements is 4 and first number is equal to 1 or whatever it is 10. Okay, when I'm trying to give you the number or second number by using your for loop, they will give you an error. It is called as the tuple object has no attribute called as an append functions. Okay, then what is the reason for this error that is called as an attribute error? The reason is that this Google Collaboratory or this Jupyter window does not have an inbuilt functions called as an append functions. Normally, this append functions is available in our Python ideally, but while they are configuring this Google Collaboratory with Python IDLE or OpenCV, they don't have a functions called as an append function. So we cannot able to use these appending functions inside this Google Collaboratory. Right. So the append function available. So I will show you another program for this. I will try to modify this program without this append. Okay, I'm using a for loop to print the number from 0 to n. Okay. Okay, that is a simple program. I'm trying to read the enter the limit, and in between 0 to limit, I'm trying to print 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, only for factorizing this for loops. Yeah, I'm trying to give you the number is equal to 5. Yeah, that it will give you. Okay, in this case, I am trying to give you what about the limit of the number to a variable called as limit from 0 to limit minus 1. You can see this. My input is, my input was, it is 5, but it will display the number from 0 to 4. That indicates that the for loops in Python will display the number from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, this is the best example. Right, I'll put it. Right, that is from 0 to limit means limit n minus 1. But in C++ program, 0 to 5 means it will print from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. the 5. Okay, this is the concepts of a for loops in Python ideally. Okay, right. Then what about the while loops in Python? Okay, I will try to wind up this Python section with this simple program because we have to factorize what about the while loops. I'm trying to write a program or modify this above program to print the number from 0 to a limit by using while loops. Okay, the syntax is I'm trying to replace this for loop with the while I less than limit. If it is value is I less than limit, I have to increment this value from I is equal to I plus 1, then I plus 2, and so on. That is I is equal to I plus 1. Okay. Before that, I have to declare what about these values of I. That is, I am declaring I is equal to 0. If I is less than the limit, we have to increment this I value and print the number. Right. Then, what is the variable declarations in the Python? You can see that in this case, I'm not giving the data type, whether it is an integer data or character or float or double, etc. But in say other high-level languages, we should have to declare the data type of that variable before assigning a value or before using a variable in your other high-level languages. But in Python, ideally, need not to declare the data type of a variable. It means that the variables in Python will automatically adopt the data type of the data given to that variable. If I am giving this I is equal to 1.2, the data type of I will be a float value. When I am assigning I is equal to an integer, I is equal to 0 or 1, it will adopt this data type of integer or I is as an integer value. Right. That is, I am assigning I is equal to 0. If the input number is less than a limit, it will print the number from 0 to limit minus 1. Okay, by limit is I am giving this my limit is equal to again 6. Right. Then after executing, we can see that the numbers will be displayed from 1 to 6. Right, we can see that. Okay, because I am using, before printing this I am declaring or I am executing I is equal to I plus 1. That is why the output will be displayed from 1 to up to 6. Right. If I am changing this position I is equal to I plus 1, it will print the number from 0 to how much? 5. Okay, that is the simple examples of the while loops and for loops in Python languages. Okay, I think this is enough for your simple basic introduction for your Python languages. So we can enter into this OpenCV platforms or OpenCV applications. By gradually, we will get more information related about the Python interpreter as well as the OpenCV platforms. Right. And you can insert this the code section by using the plus code. You can insert this. I can add different windows or Jupyter programming window. It is not programming platform by clicking on this code button. It will pop up this another window. Right. Okay. So first of all, I will show you how to read an image or image from your Google Drive or from your laptop cameras, then how to perform some operations like the color changing, then resizing, then how to find this resolution of the images, how to rotate these images, and so on. Okay, for that purpose, we can. Okay. Your ultimate aim is we have to read a data from your database or from the Google Drive. Okay. So actually, this window, this collaboratory or Jupyter window is not available in your laptops. It is available from the server side of the Google research team. That is, we are trying to access the computer or GPU computer of Google research team in remotely. Right. We cannot able to directly access the data or images from your laptops. Before accessing these images, we should have to upload your images to their computer systems or Google research computer of Google research team. So because we are trying to access the Jupyter window remotely or access the Jupyter window from the server system of Google Collaborator. Okay, then first of all, how to upload an image from your system to the Google Collaborator. We can see that in the left side, there is a container called as a file window is it. You can click on this file and there are two buttons are there. You can upload these images directly or you can upload these images from the drive. Okay. And in this case, I'm trying to upload these images from my laptops or desktop by directly. So click on this button and search for your images. So for example, my image is this one. Okay. For the same day, you have to click on this container or file window, upload button, choose these images from your local drive and upload it. Okay, by definitely it will upload it to the temporary files of Google Cloud Services. Okay, then one thing you have to remember, it will only retain for up to the sessions will hit. Then after closing this Jupyter window, your images or data will be lost, but your program will be automatically copied to the Google Drive of your Gmail account. Right. Okay, again, I will show you. You can click on this file button, upload on images. Okay, it will upload these images to that flyer. It will be some PNG files or JPG files. Okay. We have already uploaded a sample images to the Google Collaborator. The next thing is we have to access or copy or access the data from this Google Collaborator and display on your Jupyter window. Right. I will show you this basic procedure, then we can go for this explanations. Okay, first of all, I will show you the program and execution, then we can go for the proper explanations. Right. Okay. Then first step is we have to import a module called as CV2. Actually, CV2 stands for a Open Computer Vision 2. That is computer. First of all, we have to import these different modules or required modules for your programming applications. Okay. In case of if you want to perform some mathematical operations in C++, we have to include the #include math.h. Similarly, we have to include or import modules. In this case, the header files is called as the modules. We have to import a module called as OpenCV by using import CV2 method. Right. Then another module or packages. It is not package. This one is the module. The CV2 is called as a module, and there are another package. Normally, there are so many types of packages are available for different applications. For example, if you want to run with the signal processing applications or waveform applications or the or similar to the MATLAB or matrix laboratory, because all of you familiarize what about the matrix laboratory. Normally, this matrix laboratory MATLAB is used for digital signal processing applications and digital image applications. Okay, so there is a special package is available for the OpenCV2. It is called as matplot library. It is a packages available for the matrix related applications is called as, or it is called as a matplot library. Normally, if you want to perform some imaging operations using the computer vision applications, the minimum requirement of the minimum packages required for the OpenCV2 is it is a matrix laboratory. If you are dealing with the direct OpenCV application using Windows or Linux operating system, this package is not at all required. But in Google Collaboratory, if you want to perform some display up or perform some operations on images, we have to import a packages called as a matrix laboratory. Okay, I'm trying to import matplot.pyplot as PLT. That is, this is the first this matplot library is the packages, and pyplot is it's a function available for plotting the images or graphs or drawings, etc. Okay, matplot is a packages and pyplot is a sub-function available under this matplot library. I'm trying to import it as a PLT. Then what about this pyplot as PLT? Actually, this as indicate that this is a keyword. Normally, this as is a keyword used to creating an alias name as PLT. That is, I am trying to assign a pyplot function with a alias name of PLT by using a keyword as or as. Right. That is, after executing this matplot library.pyplot as PLT, the pyplot package can be referred to a name with PLT of this matplot library. So the alias name with only for a easy accessing of the pyplot library in the future. Okay. The next thing is I'm trying to read an images from this Google Collaboratory by using an inbuilt function called as cv2.imread. That is, imread is image read function. That's a special function. It is none other than cv2.imread. That is a function. Yeah, imread. And this is a function used to read an image from a particular folder or a file or a particular path. Okay, I am trying to assign a variable image is equal to cv2.imread the path. Then this is actually a file path. This is the file path. Okay, where is your images? It is available on this directory. You can go to this directory and copy this path. Right click on this images and copy path and paste on here. That is, the file path will be replaced by the path is content bar cv.png. Okay, there is a first function of your OpenCV is cv2.imRead function. Okay, then I am trying to, that is actually I am read an images from this particular folder to a variable called as an images. Right. The next process is I have to display the images on this particular window. Right. For that purpose, we have to use a for loop to access the images from an array. So I am assigning another array called as images is equal to image. That is, I am trying to copy this my image cv.png to an array with images. I am trying to set this total number of images on that array is equal to 1. Right? I am using this for loop for I in range of count. It indicates that I have to execute this for loop continuously till the count value is equal to reaches to a the limit called as a count. In this case, for I in range of 1. Okay, for that purpose, I am if you want to access the images from this array or images, I can use this for loop and using an inbuilt function to display the images on that screen. It is nothing but the IMShow functions. That is, there is another function available from OpenCV2. It is called as IMShow. IMShow indicate that is image show functions. Right. Normally, I am using this plot.imshow function. Why we are using this plot? In this case, I am using cv2.imRead. That is, it is an inbuilt function available in your OpenCV versions or OpenCV. And this plot is, or IMShow, is an inbuilt functions available under this pyplot library. Normally, the pyplot is aliased with the name of PLT. That PLT.imshow of images of I indicate that pyplot of IMShow of images of I. Then what about the I value? I value is equal to, now the I value is equal to 1. So after executing this plt.imshow of images of I, it will print the first images saved on an array with images with the name of an images. Okay, in this case we have to embrace there are two functions. First function is cv2.imRead function. It is used to read an images from a particular file. And another one is plt.imshow functions. It is used to display an images by using the matplot library of pyplot functions. Okay, good. These are a simple procedure to read an images and display these images on this Google Collaborator. Right. I will try to run this program. Yeah, you can see that this is my program uploaded to with the name of cv.png, and it is displayed on this window by using this OpenCV method. Right. Okay. I will repeat. The first line is we have to import this computer vision module by using import cv2. The second case, I'm trying to import this matplot library for displaying some images with a function called as pyplot. The next line is I'm trying to read the images from this Google Collaboratory by using cv2.imRead functions, and these images are copied to a variable called as unimages. Right. By using a for loop, I'm trying to access the images with their index value. Index value is I, and out display the result by using IMShow functions, which is available in matplot library under the pyplot functions. Okay, this is a simple program to how to read an images and how to display the images in Google. Okay. The next point, to convert these images into grayscale images or black and white images. Right? Normally, we know that there are 4 types of color combinations are available in Python. So OpenCV, that is, we have the color combinations or color spaces. There are the different color spaces available in our normal images. Then first one is, we know that it is called as RGB. We know that it is red, green, and blue. These are the first color spaces normally used for imaging applications. Then another one is CMYK. That is, we know that it is C stands for the can, M stands for magenta, then yellow and black. Right. And third combinations is HSV. Normally, HSV files are not dealing with our conventional application. Always we are dealing with RGB, but some photo imaging or photo processing applications, there is another function called as CMYK images are used. We know that what is the difference between this RGB and the CMYK. We know that the CMYK images is normally used for some printing applications. Right. It will give you exact color combinations by using the CMYK compared to this RGB. Right. Then another third type of file format or color spaces used is HSV. We know that HSV stands for this hue, then saturation, and white. These are the common file format used in your conventional image processing applications. But in OpenCV, the RGB files is supported, but the color spaces used in OpenCV is called as BGR color combinations. That is, B stands for your blue, green, red. Then what will be the relations? What will the difference between BGR versus RGB signals? Normally, OpenCV, the color format or color space used in OpenCV is BGR format, and RGB is normally used in our conventional imaging systems. Then, what will be the difference between these BGR color combinations and RGB color combinations? Normally, the ratios of red, green, and blue is same in your conventional imaging as well as the OpenCV, but the representations will be different. Then, if you are representing this BGR format, what will be the effect of that images? Maybe the red color will be inverted into the red. The ratios of red color will be given to this blue, and the ratio of green will be same for the OpenCV and conventional, and the ratio of the B or blue color will be given to the red color of OpenCV. There will be some color mismatching while we are using this OpenCV and the conventional imaging application. I will show you this example. It is better for you. For example, for the simplicity, we have to remember that there are 4 types of color spaces are available: RGB, CMYK, and HSV and BGR. BGR file format is used in OpenCV. Okay, now we can understand it is only BGR color format used in OpenCV. I will show you the remaining things. Right. The next point is, that is our ultimate aim is what are the different color spaces. Right. The next one is what about how to convert these color images to grayscale images. Okay, that is the next program is we have to convert this color images to the grayscale images. Normally there is a dedicated functions is available in our OpenCV platforms. Right. I will show you the program, then we can go for the explanation. That is better. Okay. I'm trying to run another program. I want to copy these modules. There are 2 modules are required: OpenCV and the PyPlot library. Okay. Then after that, I'm trying to read this image as a grayscale format. Okay, that is I'm asking. This is the line or the instructions, or so the function to convert your BGR images or images to the grayscale images. Okay, that is CV2 dot convert color. Your source image comma, the function cv2.color to bgr to gray. Okay, I will execute the program. Right. Yeah. You can see that this is the original image, and this will be the converted images into the grayscale structure. Actually, what happens? This is your original image, right? Otherwise, I will try to display both the images. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay. If I want to display this multiple images, we have to use a function called as subplot. Then only I can able to display multiple images on a single window. Okay, so that purpose I am using another command, that is plt.subplot. Okay, subplot is, we know that what is subplot. I have to declare this different arguments. The first argument indicates that how many number of rows are required, and second argument is how many number of columns. For example, if I want to display these images as like this, that is, this is your original images, and this one is your the grayscale images. That is, I have to display the images in the horizontal structure, right? How can say, how can use a function, subplot function, that is, I am trying to declare what about the total number of rows and total number of columns. Then how many number of rows are required? Maximum 1 number of rows and 2 number of columns are required to display the images as like this. The first one is your original image and second one is your the grayscale images. So I can try to convert the program plt.subplot of 1, 2. Okay, I'll execute the program. Yeah, you can see that this is your original image, that is image. This is the original color image, and this one is the grayscale images. Actually, why the image or grayscale image is displayed as like this? Normally, our expected things will be like this. The yellow color will be white shade itself, and this red, green, blue, and this black color will be represented in some gray scale images. But actually, after using this BGR to gray images, it will display the grayscale images, something like that. Then what is the reason? What will be the effect of this OpenCV? We already noticed that the color combination or color space used in OpenCVs, it is not RGB. It is BGR. Right. This is the non-conventional representation. This one is your OpenCV. That is why we are trying to convert this R2 or grayscale. What happens? We are using only the OpenCV will accept only the BGR color format, not RGB color format. That is why the result is displayed something like that. That is, the color combination will be inverted. That is, red color will be considered as a blue, and blue color is considered as the red color in your OpenCV. So the grayscale image will be sometimes, but some will be displayed as like this. Right. That's another. Okay. Also, we can look at this. What about the color conversion instructions? That is, I am using color underscore BGR to gray. There is another function is also there. That is RGB to gray. Is it possible or not? Normally, my input image is RGB, but in this previous case, I am using it as BGR. Right, BGR is a color format or color space of OpenCV2. That is why the result is displayed like this. So you can try to change the BGR to RGB format. Then what will be the result? Okay, let me check it. Now it is also the RGB to gray signal will be, the output will be the same. Right. Okay, let me try to change the image. Okay, here is your images. I am trying to change the image or the sample images from cv.png to mes.jpg. Okay, let me check it. What about the output? Yeah, here is also we can see that the white color is converted into the yellow color. Then green color is blue color is, or green is converted into some dark colors, and this yellowish color is, or reddish color is converted into green, something like that. The reason is that the OpenCV will accept only the GBR color format or green, blue, red format. But we are applying your input image is always an RGB signal. So the color, if you are trying to convert this or RGB signal to gray, it will not work properly in your OpenCV platforms. Okay, that may be a change that depends upon the images given to the test samples. Right. This is a simple concepts of how to convert your images from RGB to gray or GBR to gray signals, or convert from color images into the grayscale images. Okay. Okay. If you want to see this, what about the difference between this RGB to gray and BGR to gray signal? Okay, let me extend this program from, that is, gray image 1. I am using this RGB instead of BGR. And here is also I am trying to access the third images, that is grayscale image 1, and count is incremented from 2 to 3. The reservoir in the end will be same. Okay. Then after executing the original image, then RGB to gray as well as BGR to gray signal will be displayed. I think there is no difference will be seen. Yeah, there is an error. Yeah, here we are trying to subload with maximum 1,2. We should have to change how many number of images total. 1 row and 3 columns is required to display the maximum 3 number of images, and change this 1,3. Yeah, you can look into this. What will be the difference between this RGB to gray as well as GBR to gray? In our naked eyes, we don't have any difference between the second and the third images, because the OpenCV will handle the input images. It is an RGB signal. If the input is, it is an RGB, nothing to be performed well in case of RGB to gray signal as well as GBR to gray signal, because always your input is in RGB signal format. Right. Okay, the second format is how to convert your images from RGB signal to the grayscale images. Then, okay, these are some basic introductions of the OpenCV using Google Collaborator. Then I will show you. Tell me. Then what will be the time we have to?
Sir, we have to wind up the session 1 by 3:30 p.m. Sir.
Oh, okay. Let me give it 3 to 4 minutes. I have to give the reason for the wrong result. Okay, the
Sure,
mathematical
sure.
analysis. Okay. The RGB signals is not performed very well. Then why the result is not obtaining in our required manner? Okay, for that purpose, we have to analyze the mathematical result. Okay, normally, then how to convert this RGB to gray signal? There are 3 procedures is available, is used to convert the RGB to grayscale signal. Then first method is called as averaging method. Okay, the averaging method is nothing but we are trying to say that the grayscale image is equal to average of R, G, and B. Then average means we should have just find this. What about the total images RGB divided by 3. Normally, this is a concept of averaging a signal, that averaging of or averaging method. Then, is there any disadvantages? Theoretically, it will work. That is theoretically R comma G comma B. That is, I mean, R is equal to what about the total values of red signals? Then what about total values of green? Total values of B. Divided by 3 will give you the average value, that is called as a grayscale. And theoretically, it will work the 100% sure. But when we are writing the code, we may encounter some error, because we are representing these images in unsigned. We are representing the different format, that is signed integer is a, unsigned integer is a, then float is a. The representations of RGB concentration is, it is unsigned integer 8-bit format. So the simple averaging or the averaging method will not be worked properly. So we have to convert or extend this averaging process called as a weighted average. That is weighted average of RGB signals. That is, I'm trying to use the grayscale image is equal to weighted average of red, green, and blue. What do you mean this weighted average? Weighted average is equal to, you have to perform this R divided by 3 plus G divided by 3 as well as then B divided by 3, or red by 3, green by 3 as well as then blue divided by 3. This is called as a weighted average. Right. And this weighted average method is also called as luminosity method. Sometimes technically we are called it as a luminosity method. That is, we are trying to perform this average of the different functions called as red, or dividing this each color divided by 3. That is red divided by 3, then G divided by 3, and blue divided by 3. By using this weighted average, there are two operations. Average will not be working properly. Then weighted average, that will also may not be working properly. Okay, so we have to design, and another method is called as luminosity method. Luminosity method. We know that. What about the expressions of, or human expressions, or human eye expressions on red signal, then green signals and blue signals? Normally, if you are looking into the green light, the eyes are more sensitive. Right, in the green signal, it will be more sensitive. Then what about red signal compared to the green signals and B signals? The red signals is less sensitive to the light or red signals. And blue signal, what about blue? Blue is compared to above this, it is least sensitive to the light. That is, red color is less sensitive, and green is more sensitive than blue is least sensitive to the light. So the color of the concentration of color identified by our eyes will be different for different colors. That is why we are not feeling the result is, or we are not obtaining the result as properly. So we have to design a luminosity equation to average the red, green, and blue signals depends upon the intensity variations or the eye connectivity. So I can represent these grayscale images as grayscale images equal to, for example, it is nearer to 0.299 red signals plus 0.587 green signals plus 0.114 blue signals. Okay, normally the previous case we are trying to R divided by 3, then G divided by 3, and B divided by 3. That division, that is averaging, is not working properly. So we have to design a weighted methods, or called as a luminosity method. It would weight the red signal, green signals, and blue signals according to the wavelength of the signal. That is, we are trying to represent these signals with according to the wavelength of signal. That is, wavelength of red signals is 0.299, wavelength of green is 0.587, and blue is 0.114. So we have to use this concentration for converting your RGB signal to grayscale signal. Then we will get the proper result. Okay. Normally, this concept is used in your a function called as CV2 dot RGB to gray and GBR to gray format. Okay, this is the theoretical background of how we can decide a RGB signal or conversion from RGB to gray as well as the GBR to gray signals. Okay, that is the mathematical explanations of how to convert your RGB or color signals to the grayscale signals. Okay. Tomorrow we will continue the sessions with some basic operations of the imaging applications. That is a rotation. Minimum half an hour is required for basic applications. Then we can enter into the high-end sections as which is already noticed in our the schedule. Okay, today it is a good time to leave the sessions because the schedule is limited up to 3:30, and few faculties also have to, faculties as well as the students are also have to quit their policy. Asha ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I think let us wind up today's session. If somebody has got queries, you can put in the official WhatsApp group. I'll be updating it with Abu sir and will be providing the answers towards you. So thank you all for listening to the program, and it was really a wonderful one, sir. Thank you, sir. So let us meet tomorrow by 2 p.m. itself.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.